Hello, my name is Lauren Fiala, and I'm the wine specialist at the Lodge of Geneva on the Lake. Join me in celebrating National Wine and Cheese Day as we pair local Ohio wine and cheese. Cheese and wine have been going together for hundreds of years. For the 1900s, not all wine was good, so cheese was used to mask the taste of wine. Today, a well-matched wine and cheese pairing can enhance the taster's experience. The acidity and sweetness in wine can help cut the creamy barrier on the palate, helping to bring out bolder flavors. Cheese can be made from a wide variety of milks, including cow, goat, and sheep. Wine and cheese pairings should be thought of similarly to normal food and wine pairings, matching the body of the wine with the cheese. Light cheese with light wines, strong cheeses with strong wines, as well as opposites attract. So think of sweet wines with salty cheese. The old adage is, if it grows together, it goes together, like Sancerre and Chèvre. Our first stop in our Ohio wine and cheese pairing journey is Googasburg, which is located in Holmes County. This is a Switzerland-inspired cheese factory which was started in the 1940s, and they are most famously known for their baby Swiss. During the cheese-making process, carbon dioxide gas is created, which expands and creates these holes or eyes in the cheese. Traditional pairings for Swiss cheese is Chardonnay or Pinot Noir. Try pairing Googasburg Baby Swiss with Casichic Vineyards Unoaked Chardonnay from the Grand River Valley. This Ohio Chardonnay has nice acidity to cut the fatty texture of this cheese and has nice fresh citrus flavors which complement this cheese well. Our next stop is Mackenzie Creamery, which is located in Hiram, Ohio, which is a much smaller operation. Here they use a traditional, eco-friendly method to make the freshest, smoothest goat cheese possible. The locally sourced goat's milk is delivered, then it is pasteurized and brought to the proper temperature to add culture and rennet. The next day, the curds are separated from the whey, and the cheese is packaged in one of 12 different flavors. This chèvre makes for a nice blank canvas to add sweet or savory components. Today we're going to feature two different wines with these cheeses. The classic pairing for chèvre is Sauvignon Blanc, which you can find locally from Debonnaire Vineyards. But today we're going to go a little bit less traditional, using Gruner Veltliner from Ferrante Vineyards in the Grand River Valley. This off-dry white wine has aromas of mango, kiwi, and peach, with a classic white pepper finish. Another fantastic pairing is the Apricot Ginger Chèvre paired with the Vineyard at Pine Lakes Riesling, which is located in Columbiana. This wine has a little bit of sweetness and high acidity to cut the fat and sweetness of this cheese. Our next Ohio cheese comes from Hastings Dairy, which is located in Burton, Ohio, and they are third-generation dairy producers. Clarendon Hill is a soft French-style bloomy rind cheese with earthy flavors and creamy texture. A classic pairing for this style of cheese is champagne. Today we are trying a buttery Chardonnay from Swiss Heritage Winery, which is very different from the one we saw earlier. This winery was founded as Broad Run Cheese House back in 1933 by a group of co-op farmers. They no longer make cheese here today, but they still sell a wide variety of cheese. The buttery Chardonnay of Swiss Heritage Winery pairs very nicely with the Clarendale Hill cheese. Cheddar cheese is one of the easiest cheeses to pair with wine. Here we are featuring Middlefield Cheese Co-op's mild cheddar. This pairs very nicely with the Miranda Nixon's Cabernet Franc from the Ohio River Valley. Sharper cheddars go with more tannic wines like Cabernet Sauvignon or Syrah. The proteins in cheese softens the tannin in the red wine, reducing its astringency. The final cheese pairing is the Pungent blue cheese. This style of cheese has sharpness and tang which finds its match in the sweet fortified wines like the Lake House Latitude 42, or the Lorello's Vidal Blanc ice wine Sweet Genevieve. Both wines, though very different, are full-bodied, sweet, with bold flavors. So it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that most wineries have a cheese board. So stop by one of your local wineries today and buy a few bottles of wine to discover the pairings yourself. A special thanks goes out to Lake Metro Parks Farm Park, Mackenzie Creamery, Googasburg Cheese, and Swiss Heritage Winery. Thank you so much for joining me today. Cheers.